So we are getting quite a lot of questions on J-1. So I think it's best to break it down because we're receiving two types of questions.
Yes.
The first type of question is, are interview waivers being considered for J-1 visas?
Unfortunately, the J-1 category at this time does not qualify for interview waiver consideration. So the answer to that is no. At the current time, anybody that's applying for a J-1 summer work travel visa is required to have an in-person interview at the embassy.
So going off of that, then, what would be the status of the J-1 visa interviews currently?
Well, again, as I noted previously, we're only able to offer extremely limited appointment availability across a variety of visa categories. Right? So we're looking at a limited number of visa appointments that we can offer, again, across various visa categories. So we are not in a position to state precisely how many appointments are available because, in all honesty, that number will fluctuate based on the conditions here and the limited staffing that we have. But the best approach for people who are seeking a J-1 summer work travel visa appointment or a visa appointment in some of the other classes is simply to consult the online appointment scheduling website to see if there is appointment availability. If you don't see appointment availability on a given date, I would suggest that you check it on a regular basis to see if there are appointments, because some appointments might indeed open up.
Perfect. So Tony Ann does have a question regarding J-1s. They're asking, can one reuse a J-1 visa that was granted for 2020 and was not used?
Well, that will depend. Question number one is that visa still currently valid? Question number two, are you planning to use that visa to go to the same exact job that it was issued for? My suggestion to you would be, with that particular question, please send us that inquiry via Kingston NIV@state.gov so we can research the case and get back to you. But clearly, if the visa is already expired, it is not usable.
Correct. And I know many people fall into that situation, but as Stephen said, if the visa is expired, then it cannot be reused this time around. And going back to J's, someone's asking, did all of the J-1 interviews get canceled for May? So I think it's best to speak about cancellations and how if one is canceled, they should go back and look in the system for when there are more appointments available, correct?
Right, that's a good question. So yes, anybody that has or had an appointment, a J-1 visa appointment or any appointment scheduled for May initially, will find that those appointments have all been canceled. We are not actually rescheduling appointments. So our advice to people is to look on the website for appointment availability, and if you find an appointment, feel free to avail yourself of it. Again, the conditions here are incredibly uncertain. We've had periods where we've had to shut down just recently because of COVID conditions. So it's very difficult for us to project realistically what kind of appointments we're going to be able to offer in the future because, quite frankly, in this particular climate, the future is unknown.